Hello Reformers and welcome back to 108 Heroes, and well, we are here with Bear Wave, who is, well, that is the rough translation I suppose of my name that we have here in this special feature. And as is the case nowadays, yeah, I'm gonna have to be quiet again. It's pretty late right here, so yeah. Hopefully that's going to be okay for you, and, well, hopefully you're not going to fall asleep. Who knows, who knows. If you do fall asleep, that's absolutely fine. And, anyway, 13 against 26 looters. Now, I think this is actually going to be perfectly fine. We do actually get the opportunity to duel here as well. I'm going to be doing that, no problem at all. I think that's fine, and let's do it. Alright, so someone in the comments actually did tell me that this weapon right here is actually a legendary weapon already. It seems like I've already unlocked a legendary weapon. And I think that was from the time when I defeated that huge party of, it wasn't Sea Raid, it was Tundra Bandits. Yes, Tundra Bandits were the ones that we were fighting, and we defeated them rather handily. And well, it was a pretty difficult fight, all things considered. But oh my, yes, these guys, they really don't know. They really don't know what's going on here with this amazing weapon. It really is crazy, and I'm really happy to have it actually. So yeah, I think there's also an opportunity to upgrade these legendary weapons. I'm not entirely sure what that is at the moment, you know, what kind of method we are going to use to upgrade things, but I assume it's probably going to be something like, oh, you should probably, you know, perform some amazing feat of crazy courage, or whatever the case it may be. Anyway, a number of people, I believe, in the comments did actually say, and indeed ask, what the green little particle effects are above the heads of the enemies sometimes. And I think what that is, from what I can tell so far, I think that is a quote-unquote chaos effect. And the chaos effect has a kind of a panic sort of thing going on. So if you are particularly good in a particular battle, or if you have your units do a massive amount of damage to the enemy, then they will enter a chaotic state, and as a result they will panic, they will run around, they will not be that effective in battle. And I think that's what that is. Anyway, as you can see, defeated those guys, able to take one of them prisoner, and we're going to head on to the next looter party, if I can find them. Alright, so okay. I've never gotten this particular message before, but as you can see, the enemy is not giving us a dual invite. I am going to ask for one, however. Okay. Oh, yeah, they did. They were absolutely fine with that. Alright, so, wow, this guy does not seem to be in the greatest of spirits, shall we say, so I'm not entirely sure how effective he's going to be for our opponent. I don't think they're going to be able to defeat us anyway that easily, because, let's face it, they're just looters. I feel like if we were going to fight Sea Raiders or something along those lines, we were probably going to have a much easier time defeating the looters than any of those, especially the Tundra Bandits. Tundra Bandits as well are actually really kind of tough. Anyway, as you can see, no, never mind. Okay, so I was actually maybe a little bit incorrect about the green particles. As I said, I thought it was a panic effect, but it's actually a surrender effect by the looks of things, because I don't know whether you saw, but in the text box it actually said 2 enemies surrender, and I see that the chaos effect is over 2 of their heads. So I would assume that it is a surrender kind of mechanic, and it basically just illustrates which enemies are surrendering or which ones are a little bit less effective in battle than the others. And as a result, probably makes it a little bit easier for you to target down the opponents. And as I've said over the last 2 episodes, even in the first episode when I didn't really, well, let's just say I didn't really do a very good job, you know, winning battles and generally being decent at the game, you know. So, you know, it's kind of much nicer now to have a pretty decent start. We've got this amazing weapon and everything. Pretty happy with that. But I'm still gonna say that I highly recommend checking this mod out, and it's really good. I mean, I really like mods for some reason that are developed by Chinese developer teams. As I've said before, my favorite mod of all time is developed by a Chinese developer team as well, and this one is fantastic. I think actually someone in the comments gave an explanation as to why that might be, because usually when you play a mod or something like that, you're usually going to be confronted with a huge amount of, you know, different textures, different armor, and yeah, you know, that's the case here as well. You know, they have different armor and all that sort of thing. But I think the main difference is that the mods that I really like dramatically change the gameplay in some way, and they add all these extra quality of life features and all these, I mean, like the duel system, for example. I think actually someone suggested another mod that is set in the sort of Dynasty Warriors, you know, Romance of the Three Kingdoms sort of era as well. And as far as I'm aware, that actually does have a dueling system too. So those kinds of mods that add just a little bit of a difference to the battles, and also, of course, the fact that we have, I mean, it doesn't look like a legendary weapon, but it does so much damage. It's doing so much damage. Maybe it's just doing damage to that, you know, because they're looters or something. But anyway, the point is that adding those additional gameplay elements and focusing on gameplay over, shall we say, graphics and changing, you know, scenes and things like that. Maybe that's partially it. But I know that my favorite mod of all time is still number 1 for me, and it's been a long time since I've played it. Absolutely a long time. I've got a full series on it as well, so I'm sure you can find it. Anyway, let's continue onward. I'm actually going to go back to the town and see what the guildmaster has to say. And I actually realized that it wasn't the guildmaster that we were speaking to, but it was actually Hongjin, so we're going to be speaking to him. You have fought hard. Here is your salary. Take it. And there are still 2 gangs of looters that need to be eliminated. Ah, so that's fantastic. Look at that. They actually tell you exactly what you need to know. So there are still 2 gangs of looters, and I am going to be heading on over there as soon as possible. And now that we have 12 intelligence, I was stupidly, rather fittingly actually, considering I only had 11 intelligence, oh yes, I was rather stupidly attempting to read it without the required intelligence level. So my character was stupid and I was stupid, so yes, it's great, fantastic, right? Yes, absolutely. Anyway, we're just going to be selling a whole bunch of our loot here, and the loot is actually not even that bad. I mean, considering we're fighting looters and everything, seems to be working out pretty nicely for us. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I'm supposed to fight the next couple of looters. Ah, there they are. Did you see them? Yeah, they've actually left there. Okay, so we are going to be chasing after them. Let's see if some of my people... Yes, they have leveled up. Fantastic. So we have Liao Lancers now. Let's have a look at their stats. I'm actually kind of interested to see what kind of stats they are going to be focusing on. It seems like they are very offensive focused, as you can see, because the health that they have, they only have 52. And, well, you can see that their power strike is at 3, their iron flesh is at 1, they have really good mobility, with having 4 in riding skill, and they also have 180 in polearms, so as you can see, very well statted. Very well statted so far. I'd very much like to find out what the next level is going to be like, the veteran lancers. It's going to be pretty interesting to find that out. Anyway, let's see if I can... Yes, there we go. We've actually already caught up with one of the looter groups, and I have to be a bit careful with these guys, because I don't actually want to fight them at night. There we go. Thankfully, they actually decided to attack me right now. I did not want to fight them at night because, well, I just don't know whether the nighttime is extremely dark or not, and I kind of wanted to be able to see things, and I wanted you to be able to see things as well. So, he's actually challenging us. Okay, well, as we have seen, looters are not exactly amazing. So, we will probably be taking them out relatively easily. And also, I'm hopeful that after we are victorious, after we're victorious with our quest here, we will be able to head on and fight something just that little bit tougher. Maybe we can actually take on a Sea... Oh, no, I don't think we can take on a Sea Raider party just yet. Even though I do have a pretty awesome weapon, I really don't know whether it's going to be possible, because it's one of those things where you think to yourself, like in Native, for example, you think, ooh, maybe after, I don't know, a week or so of in-game playing, maybe I can take on some Sea Raiders. And then you go all the way up to Nord territory, all the way up to, Vagia territory, and you think to yourself, okay, let's attack some Sea Raiders. I've got a whole bunch of, I don't know, Swadian footmen or something. And then the Sea Raiders just absolutely murder every single unit you have. And then you think to yourself, wow, really shouldn't have done that. So maybe it's going to be a similar thing. Who knows? But with the improved, with the dueling system, maybe it's going to matter a little bit more how effective I am, more than how effective my units are. So it might actually make sense for us to try out a battle against some Sea Raiders, but I think personally, if we were going to go up just that little bit in rank in comparison to looters, for example, then we probably should fight Tundra Bandits instead, even though Tundra Bandits are still very, very difficult. So maybe we should just see what the next quest has in store for us, and we'll see what we can do with that. Anyway, there we go. There's another little bit. Ooh, what's this? You've looted enemy heroes equipped in the duel. You have encountered looters. Okay, so wait a minute. We got an axe. This? Is that? Yes. I think I gained that. So yeah, there is actually a chance for you to gain loot, as I've said before. And I think that this was definitely in the loot. So I was able to loot that previously, and that's obviously fantastic. I mean, we've seen how crazy good it is. Okay, so these are some Sea Raiders. Thankfully, they did not join in on the actual battle. If they had joined in on the battle, I think we would have easily lost that. I mean, let's face it, we would have easily lost it. So it was really great that we didn't have any problems there. Oh wow, we've already sold. Oh wow, look at this. We have sold so many. Shall we just say we've sold so much junk? Yes, so much junk to the goods merchant that he is now full up. So I will be selling to the horse merchant, and he's like, oh no, I saw you over at the goods merchant. Why are you coming over to me? Look at all this junk in my inventory now. Yes. He's exactly saying that. Anyway, I think I might actually spend some money on a horse, maybe. I mean, as you can see right here, the benefits are pretty fantastic to upgrade it, but I don't know whether I really want to spend 700 or even 2,000 on something at the moment, so I am just going to leave it for the moment, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait here for some time, and then we'll go and search for the last looter party. Oh, they're actually sending out more. Oh dear, yes, we might be having a bit of a problem here. As you can see, looters have joined the battle on the enemy side. Okay, so no, we're not having a problem. As you can see, it's just 29 versus 13. We should be absolutely fine here. And yeah, I'm gonna join the duel, that's for sure. And you know what? I'm actually really interested to see what happens when we gain a companion. Because I'm thinking to myself, maybe in the dueling mechanic, we might be able to nominate a companion for either us to take control over or for them to go and duel on our behalf. That would be really awesome in my opinion. So maybe we could have that happen, but I am going to need to... Wait a minute, do I not have a companion? No, I think I found a companion in the first episode, but obviously that start was really rough and very, very harsh indeed, so I decided to obviously restart and see if I could do a little bit better, so obviously there's that. Anyway, as you can see, 3 enemies have surrendered, and there's still only 2 green particles over their heads. Oh, maybe that is not the case. Maybe they're not actually surrendering even, yes. Surrending. Ah, that's the new word. Very good. Very good, me. Anyway, let's see if I can continue to do some damage here. Maybe just reduce their morale so much that they possibly do not want to fight any further. I do have to be a bit careful, though, of course, because my horse is very bad. I mean, you know, it's doing its best. It's doing a fantastic job as it is right now, but it is pretty weak in comparison to what you could potentially be riding at this point. I mean, I could have upgraded it already, you know, by spending 700 or something like that, but I thought to myself, yeah, probably not. Probably not. I might like to upgrade my armor or something along those lines instead. I mean, literally, we've killed 20 enemies by ourselves. It's just super easy when the enemy does not have any cavalry. And speaking of cavalry, I believe many of our forces have actually leveled up again. So hopefully we will be able to see that in just a second. So there we go. I actually have quite a bit of prisoners, so it might be nice for us to actually try and find a ransom broker as well, because even though looters, they're really not going to sell for that much, let's face it. Ah, look at this! We have gained a new title. We gained a new title. Two-handed weapon practicer, or practitioner in this case. And I'm actually going to take a look at the recent messages here. Okay, we gained 10 renown. Awesome. So wait a minute. Does that actually show? I'm actually unsure how to do that. It's probably going to tell me over here, isn't it? Proficiencies of two-handed weapons reached 150. Okay, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to put a rank on me, like Lord of the Beautiful Beard, for example. I don't think I'm going to be able to have a title like that. But do I need one? Yeah, maybe. It might be kind of nice, but oh well, never mind. Alright, so we have leveled up. We're going to be spending this point. What are we going to be spending it in? Well, that's the thing. I actually don't know, because I've only been fighting looters so far. But I would assume that the thing that we want to do is probably increase our strength even further. I mean, let's face it. I think that's probably the best idea. Right? It's probably the best idea. So we're going to go for some strength. And I actually want to go for some inventory management because we're running out of space pretty quickly right here. Maybe that would not be the best idea, though. Maybe we want to go for some leadership instead, but we're not really having problems with that either. This is difficult, isn't it? It's always kind of difficult initially to decide what you want to spec into, especially considering I don't really have any obvious choices like power strike or riding skill or anything like that. And personally, I'm probably going to be riding a horse for the majority of the time, so me specking into athletics, that's not really going to make any difference either. So I'm actually going to go for leadership. I'm going to go for leadership and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyway, let's go back into the tavern here and speak to Hong Jin, and we will see if we can... There we go, you fought hard, here's your salary, and there are now 0. Okay, fantastic. So, you are really mighty, just what I thought. Is there anything else I can do to help? Please take a trip to eliminate some riders and... Oh dear. Yes, he means raiders. And some other people in the area. Each, oh wow, 300 liangs. Okay, so this is to get you some quick cash early on. I'm actually pretty happy about this. Or am I? Because it is going to be very difficult. So, let's see. Let me just sell a couple of things here. I might like to buy... I might like to buy some armor. I don't know whether that's actually worth it. Doesn't seem to be worth it, to be honest. We've only been fighting looters so far, and I think that if we are going to fight something else, like sea raiders or something, then I don't think we really need to worry too much about it. I'm actually just going to go right back in here real quick, because I'd like to see if there is a... Yes, there is a ransom broker. I thought there was. I thought I spied one just before I spoke to Hong Jin, so we're actually going to just give him all of the looters, and... I'm not entirely sure what I should do now. I kind of want to wait here for some time, but I also want to get out there immediately and try and fight something scary, you know? So, sea raiders or something like that. So let's actually see whether we have a time limit on this. We do not have a time limit. So we have... Oh, wow. Okay, so we have to defeat 5 of each. So we need to defeat 5 mountain bandits and 5 sea raiders. Okay, we might be able to do that if we are selective. Oh, hello. Okay, you know, I actually feel like I could probably fight these sea raiders, but I don't know whether I could fight these mountain bandits. You see these mountain bandits? There's 34 of them. That's pretty harsh. There's a tournament. Oh no. I feel like I want to, you know, I feel like I want to do the tournament. It's going to give us so much money, isn't it? It's going to give us so much money. Okay, I'm actually going to do it, and we'll see how it goes. I'm really worried about this, actually. Okay, let's do it. Give me two-handed. Yes. Okay, they gave me a two-handed. That is exactly what I wanted. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, we're done. That was it. That's all I needed. Just one kill for that, and now they've given me a one-handed. That's perfectly fine. But oh no, my horse is so incredibly weak. It's really bad. Okay, there we go. There's one. I need another one. One more. Oh, that's not good enough. Oh, that's not good enough either. Oh no. Okay, come on now. Yes, there we go. That's all I needed. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's do that. I want to make sure I don't click mistakenly on withdraw from the tournament. That would be bad. Fight in the next round. Let's do it. Okay, so they gave me a polearm. This is bad. Or is it? I like it. I like it. This is a really cool looking weapon as well, by the way. I was not able to use it effectively, though. Alright, come on now. Oh, yeah, someone else is trying to lance against us. That's not really going to work. There we go. Okay, that's done. Okay, 2 teams with 2 fighters. Oh no, this is bad. Okay, yeah, maybe, no, yeah, there we go. Okay, he's dead. Or is he? Oh no, maybe not. Oh yeah, he is. Okay, fantastic. Phew, that was a bit close. I mean, I didn't take any damage, but you know how it can go. You know, it can go very, very quickly. You know, at one point, you're top of the world, you're 100% HP, and then the next minute, you're on the floor, and your dirt is in the face. Dirt is in the face. I'll let myself out. I'm defeated. Yes, absolutely defeated. Okay, yeah. Dirt is in the face. Face in the dirt. That's what I meant, of course. Okay, so I do have a one-handed sword in this particular round. This should be very easy. Let's face it. It should be. I feel like this episode should be called Let's Face It, because I've said that multiple times now. Great. Very good. Very good me. You know, dirt in the face. Come on now. Dirt in the face. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. Okay, you mean business. I get it. I get it. You do mean business. You're actually... Wow, this guy's really powerful. This guy's really powerful. I shouldn't take him lightly. Should not take him lightly, that's for sure. No, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. I am so nervous right now. Okay. Another 20. What? How is he taking so much damage? Okay, only 2 damage there. Only 2 damage. Ooh, I am super nervous about this. I really wish I hadn't taken that initial damage. If I hadn't taken that initial damage, I would be much more likely. Yes, okay, phew. That was a named vassal. Wow, okay, that is pretty crazy. I'm actually against someone that is a true-to-life vassal who has an actual title. I think we're going to lose. If I'm honest. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, thankfully he did end up missing, and maybe I can... Yes, there we go, okay. Phew. You know, all I can say is, thank goodness the AI is not exactly great. Yeah, thank goodness it's not exactly great. If it was a little bit smarter, wow, okay, phew. I mean, that's just Warband AI for you, you know. Warband AI is not exactly the most adaptive, but there you go. We actually did gain a huge amount of money. Really, really pleased about that. I'm actually going to go into the feast. We advanced to level 10 as well. So let's go into the feast and see if we can maybe dedicate our our win to someone. Hello there. Let's have a look. Sister to Song Ching. That might make sense, and I can say her name relatively easily. Ah, dear, yes. Let's have a look. Sister to Kong Ming. Okay. Daughter to Zhuan Zan. Okay, right. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go with Lu Ping because we've previously well, she was the first one we spoke to, so we're going to. Oh yes, I did not mean to do that. We should have done this one first. There we go. Now she's back to 0. I'm not having luck, am I? I'm not having luck with the dirt in the face, and I'm not having luck with the with the ladies either. Not at all. Okay, well, we can attempt to visit a lady now, which is not going to happen. Let's not do that, shall we? Let's not do that at all. But we now have 12,000. We now have 12,000, which is pretty amazing. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're going to just wait here for some time, just for that small second, and we're going to now exit out of here. We're going to level ourselves up into strength once again. I want to try and have as much HP as possible at the moment, and then we're going to see what we can do, you know, progressing onward from that. And you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to save this skill point, because next level I'm going to have 2 skill points, going to go for 18 strength, and then I can level up Iron Flesh and Power Strike at the same time. So that's what I'm going to do there. Let's level up our one-handed and two-handed a little bit, and then let's try and find a party of mountain bandits or sea raiders. Not these guys. No, thanks very much. Not those guys. They are a little bit too strong for me, thank you. That is definitely not something we want to do. Wow, these guys actually have actual guards. They have actual guards. That's kind of amazing. Alright, well, hopefully we're going to be able to find some guards to help us out in the future as well. At the moment, that doesn't seem to be the case. Wow, all these sea raiders have huge amounts. Ah, here we go. Alright, this is definitely something I didn't particularly want to do, but I kind of thought to myself, well, they've given us this quest now, we should probably try and take advantage of it. So we have 14 against the enemy's 17, and we are going to be dueling. Let's do it. I am not optimistic. Let me just say that, you know, I'm going to get the old dirt in the face, no doubt, probably, maybe. So we'll see if that happens. We'll see if that happens. If it doesn't happen, then, well, I'm going to be very, very surprised, very shocked. And where's the enemy? There he is. He has a two-handed. I also have a two-handed. And I have a much longer reach. So, I think I have the advantage. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's that. Oh, this is what you get. Oh yeah, this is absolutely what you get. I'm not. I'm nervous. You know, I'm nervous because it's just like that guy in the tournament. He's gonna be extremely strong. And he's going to block, of course. He's going to block and make things kind of difficult for me. But there you go. We actually did it. Fantastic. Alright, so unfortunately, as you can see, the enemy has not chosen to surrender whatsoever. None of them have chosen to surrender, and they do seem to have a couple of green particle effects above their heads. So it's actually not a panic effect, and it's not a surrender effect. So I actually don't know. I actually don't know what it is. But as you can see, we are capable of dealing some pretty massive... Oh, wow. I took a lot of damage right there. That's not good. That is not good at all. I'm a bit worried about taking damage from these enemies here, because if I end up actually dying, I don't know whether my units are going to be capable of achieving victory. But it seems pretty likely at the moment. It does seem pretty likely, because even though that's the cool thing about this mod as well. I don't know whether you've noticed. Have you noticed what it is? Because every single bandit party has different ranks. of bandits. And these bandits, they're not only going to be high tier Sea Raiders, you know, like in Native, for example, where when you fight a Sea Raider party, they will usually have a majority of pretty high tier, well-equipped units. But in this case, they actually have Sea Looters and Sea Raiders, and the Sea Raiders are, of course, the, you know, the higher tier, you know, much better geared units, and then they have the Sea Looters, which are kind of just like regular looters, but a little bit better. And I think that's really, really cool. So there you go. We were able to beat our first Sea Raider party not easily. I'm going to say not easily. I mean, we do have this amazing weapon, even though it's supposedly a village weapon of some kind. It is showing itself to be extremely effective. So I'm really happy about that. Anyway, is this it? It's not actually better than what I'm using, so I'm not going to be using it at the moment. And there's a shield. No, my shield's pretty good as it is. Wow, we actually gained 532 liang just from that. That's crazy. Alright, so there's a Sea Raider landing right there, so they're obviously going to be spawning from out there as well. And there's another Sea Raider party. Wow, there's huge amounts of... Oh, okay, wait a minute. You know, I really need a companion to have spotting skill. I feel like spotting skill is highly underrated, because when you're running around and you have a spotting skill of like 1 or 0, it's really harsh when you run into some massive party of Sea Raiders or whoever, and like that, for example. There's only 11 of them, so I can actually fight these guys. Let's actually fight them. And I think we're going to be absolutely fine here. 14 against 11. I don't think we're going to have any problems. But, as you can see, I'm actually still kind of injured. That's bad. That's bad. As I say, if I do get myself killed against the chief of the enemy, I think we're probably going to have a great deal of problems. And I don't know how we're going to fix it. Because, well, our units are still... I mean, they're good, you know, don't get me wrong, they're actually fine. But they're probably not as good as one of these Raider Chiefs, because they are really high HP, pretty high damage units. This guy has a shield. And I think I can take advantage of this, because thankfully the other guy did have a two-handed weapon. And that made it a bit easier for me to attack him, because obviously he wasn't able to block from every single frontal direction, but he was also able to reach us very easily with his weapon, because obviously he had a much longer reach than a one-handed would. So there are all kinds of detrimental and obviously advantageous effects to having particular weapons. I mean, obviously, I mean, everyone knows that, you know, stating the obvious, that's what I do. But yeah, anyway, the point is that it's really nice to have the dueling mechanic be such a big deal. And I mean, you can actually say that you don't want to duel, you know. You can actually say no, you know, I don't want to duel. But I don't exactly know what that's going to do. I don't know whether the Raider Chief is then going to also be super powerful and then be able to fight your regular units. Because if that's indeed the case, then you might have some problems. You know, you might have some actual difficulties defeating these guys. So, I don't know. I'd probably recommend doing the duel if you can. But obviously, I have such an amazing weapon right now. It is doing everything for me. I mean, I think basically anyone that has this weapon would probably be able to do the same thing. So I'd probably that's the thing. I'm trying to help if anyone's having a difficult start, because I know from experience. I mean, if you've seen episode 1, you'll know that I had a great deal of difficulty with, well, everything. And you know, if I can try and give a little hint here or there, you know, then that's all good, and maybe I can help someone to enjoy the mod as much as I'm enjoying it. And so what I would probably try and recommend is probably trying to fight someone like a Tundra Bandit party or something, and maybe from there, maybe trying to defeat them when you're outnumbered. I mean, I know that sounds really far-fetched, because it's one of those things where it's kind of random when it happens, but if you can have that actually be a thing and actually be a possibility, then it might be an idea. Anyway, oh, look at this. A heavy great axe. This is fantastic. Very, very nice axe. It's got a bonus against shields. This also does. It has less reach, less speed. Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to use this. Technically, it's a polearm, I guess, but at the moment, it is classified as a two-handed. Anyway, we're just going to be taking all of this. We gained a new helmet, which is great in itself. And we also gained a little bit more Liang. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I am thoroughly enjoying 108 Heroes. I'd recommend visiting the link in the description, checking it out. If you like, you don't have to, but I'd recommend it if you are a fan of, you know, historical China, or if you're a fan of, well, I would say innovative mods, you know, if you're a fan of any of those things. And obviously we've barely scratched the surface, you know, we've barely scratched the surface, because I'd love to be able to explore the world map as well and try and see what kinds of other units are available. So I'm actually going to continue running around here, and I'm going to try and recruit a couple of units from Liangshan itself, and we'll see if we can level up a couple of people from there, because right now we have some Liao units, and I think it would be kind of fun. Whoa, these guys, wow. They actually level up into knights, if you can believe that. They level up into knights. What? That's insane. Okay, they are going to be even more powerful. That is amazing. And look at the wages. We only have 363 wages right now. You know, I should probably invest all of my money into some kind of enterprise, so we'll do that in the next episode as well. I thank you very much for watching and for joining me, and I will see you next time.